Folks, last night Joanna knew that I was excited about the video I wanted to make today, so she made me a pan of cornbread and a bunch of brownies. And I want to talk about this. Let me start right here. I'm talking about the human image today. Partially, there'll be some other stuff. But I found that to make the human image, the eye, the nose, the mouth, they work right in through here. And then this is a little bit different texture of the stone than that is right there. Pick that in there. And this is an example of that. The image of this, I think it's a horse from one image. One direction. Another, I'll show you. Anyway, this right here was all they needed right there to make that front foot. So what I'm doing is on this one I covered it all with rubber latex, and then I shown where this pecking, there's a difference in height of the stone up to where that foot is what I'm saying. For instance, this is that's a human face. On this one, it's more of a natural stone. There was such a ridge right here, and they did some sanding. Now, this stone is very likely 12, 14, 15,000 years old, and it still has some color in it. I'll be looking at color in this video. So that's another proof that this is. Anyway, keep in mind that when they stain these with iron oxide, it goes into the stone immediately, and it stains the stone. Depending on how porous the stone is how long the color will stay on. Anyway, this was the ridge of rubber latex I put in there to make the human face look more, not so hard to see. And this is the other side. Now, I may not pull all this latex off today, but when I do, I'll show you where they worked right up to that edge. This one is that face. This one's really interesting. This one is a, I hope I can stay in focus. That's a human face. Not real plain, but if you look at it really close with this, then I can find the well-made eyes and mouth. But more than that, where it continues back, where I put this latex, you'll see the difference in where they work the face into it and then after. Now this is vague, but I can find a triangle eye, a nose, and a mouth. Now this one I'd like to just take off. Now I have another one like this too. I just couldn't find it this morning. And it has almost the same face on it. It's a fossil of a shell. And it has that human face on it, plus a bird on the inside. I can't hold, I'll show it later. This one. As I said, if I took this rubber latex off, you could tell the difference in where they worked it and where, well, they worked the other part too, but it wasn't for the face. It was for other, or something else. Here's an example of one that has been worked, but I didn't put rubber latex on it. and sort of two images on it. Kind of a caricature on that side, but definitely a human face there. This one I didn't put rubber latex on it either. This is a good example of some of the color that's left in the stone from many, many years ago. And that's one side. This one is vague, but I can see it. And I can also see where they worked that particular part of the stone as opposed to the further triangle eye and everything up there. And then that side is that guy. And it also has these little peaky things. That's what I look for mostly. I mean, at first. Well, this one's not doing that, but probably there's an image over here. But that's a nice image on there. Real standard eyes, nose, mouth. And other images in here too. Some are a bit caricature, but they're still maintaining the eye, mouth. Now this one. So now look closely and you can see why they picked out both sides of that and had that as a raised foot. At this angle right here, somewhere right in there, I thought it looked kind of like a horse. But then there's other angles that makes different animals here. Now this one. This one also has a pretty good straight on look. Usually I don't get a full face. Usually it's just a profile, but also this stone has some really impressive art on it. Now, first of all, this. I didn't bring rubber latex on this. But these things are so cool. Get the phone solid right here. Okay. What I'm doing here. Rock checkers or something. Anyway, these two things look so much alike in every shape and form. They just look so much like cave bears. And they've got some ancient color in them too. Okay. I think I've saved the best for last. out a little bit first. This is a core. You can see where the tools have been sliced off from it, from that top part. A core. And it could have had maybe a little bit of sanding there. It holds really good. It's held really good like that. But I don't really see a whole bunch of wear. I think what we have here is one of the most awesome things.
Woolly mammoths, steppe bison, and other large mammals once roamed alongside people across Eurasia. Tens of thousands of years later, we may have a glimpse into this Ice Age world through the cave art left behind by early humans.
And the color, the dark color, the red, all that's original. It's almost like looking at a cave painting in France.